Good evening, I'm Patricia Vallone with a CTV News update. Get your COVID shots. That's the message tonight from doctors at Johns Hopkins Hospital. The Maryland hospital is reporting an uptick in the number of patients with the virus. Hopkins officials are urging residents to wear masks and to continue social distancing. They're also urging everyone to get vaccinated. They say most people dying in hospitals are not vaccinated.
If you had a child and you were driving, you would ask them to put on that seatbelt. For me, this is the seatbelt. I would ask my child to get vaccinated as soon as possible. I would say that, we have a national database, the VARES, a virus database by CDC, that reports any adverse events for vaccines. The risk of those adverse events are less than most therapeutics or medicines you're currently on.
The CDC says more than 80% of coronavirus cases in the U.S. are due to the Delta variant. Meantime, doctors say more younger people are being hospitalized with COVID. And the CDC director signs an executive order extending the national moratorium evictions. The new eviction moratorium will allow tenants, particularly those in areas with a high community spread of the coronavirus, to stay in their homes. Dr. Rochelle Walensky's decision will also give renters more time to get COVID-19 relief funds. The federal ban on evictions ended last weekend. The new order is set to expire on October 3rd. While some local jurisdictions are renewing mask requirements, Governor Larry Hogan says Maryland will not follow suit. During a press conference in Baltimore yesterday, Hogan said he will not reinstate a statewide mask mandate. You may recall that Hogan ended the state's mask requirement back on May 15th. Anne Arundel County recently announced that it will require county employees to wear masks in government buildings. And COVID numbers in Maryland are continuing to rise. Here is the latest. The health department has confirmed 695 new cases. That's nearly double yesterday's number. 145 of those are in Prince George's County. The positivity rate is at 3.52%. 5 people have died from the virus since yesterday. 325 remain hospitalized. Youth activists rally on Capitol Hill this afternoon in support of President Biden's American Jobs Plan. The advocates say that making a 100% investment in clean, renewable energy by 2035 would dramatically reduce air pollution, improve public health, advance environmental justice, and reduce extreme weather events. At the same time as the rally, Senator Chris Van Hollen was joined virtually by several colleagues and climate advocacy leaders. They announced new federal legislation that would require the nation's biggest polluters to pay their fair share as they transition to cleaner energy.
The $500 billion would go into a fund to address a number of things. We lay out ideas, and we're also soliciting ongoing public comment. But it would include building resilient infrastructure, deploying more clean energy technology, supporting communities that have borne the brunt of this crisis, especially communities of color, and creating more good-paying homegrown jobs and workforce training.
And sponsors of the Polluters Pay Climate Fund Act say it would generate about $500 billion from 25 to 30 of the nation's biggest polluters. As the investigation into yesterday's deadly incident at the Pentagon Transit Center continues, authorities have released the name of the slain officer. He is George Gonzalez, an Army veteran from Brooklyn. Gonzalez joined the Pentagon force in 2018. Authorities have also released the identity of the suspect. He is 27-year-old Austin Lands of Georgia. The incident put the Pentagon on lockdown for more than an hour. It happened about 10:40 yesterday morning. Investigators say Lands attacked Gonzalez with a knife on a Metro bus platform. Witness reports hearing a dozen shots. At least one other bystander was injured. Responding officers shot and killed Lands, and the FBI is heading an investigation. You are watching CTV News. I'm Patricia Vallone. Looking for a job in law enforcement, the city of Bowie is offering thousands of dollars in incentives. We'll have the story after the break.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back. Well, authorities arrest 2 men for a fatal shooting in District Heights. 20-year-old Bryce Jackson was shot to death in the 2000 block of Brooks Drive back on June 28th. Tonight, police say they have taken Jayon Kemper and Mikkel Lundy into custody. Police say the 2 men knew the victim and shot him during a drug transaction. Kemper and Lundy are charged with first and second-degree murder. Bowie residents have an opportunity to help bring in quality police officers and get paid for it. The Bowie Police Department is expanding its financial recruitment incentive program to community members. Through the initiative, residents can earn $500 by referring candidates to the Bowie force. To receive the money, your candidate must graduate from the police academy and be hired by the city.
We are having the same problems that a lot of police departments are having in recruiting. So what we wanted to do was look at a different way. And from the very beginning, since 2006, the community's been in partnership with us. So we thought about why not include them in this process? In fact, why don't we make them a big player in this process? So the community knows what kind of officers they want to see in their community, right? The community knows who they want serving their neighborhood. So who better to find those people than themselves?
And Neske says that they're also giving signing bonuses to recruits who have college degrees or who have at least 3 years of law enforcement experience. Currently, the department is looking to fill 5 spots on the force. Well, this is 59-year-old Emily Scala. Up until yesterday, she was the principal flutist with the Baltimore Symphony Orchestra. Scala was fired on Tuesday, and while no specific reason was given by the BSO, she had been publicly rebuked in the past for her social media posts that supported conspiracy theories about the origins of the coronavirus, election fraud, and the Black Lives Matter movement. In a statement, the orchestra says that Scala was disciplined, but she continued to repeat the conduct, making dismissal necessary. This is the flutist from a video recorded in 2014.
The Scherzo from Mendelssohn's Midsummer Night's Dream is probably one of the most difficult flute solos in the repertoire.
And Scala had been with the BSO for 33 years. An earthquake shakes parts of central Maryland overnight. The 2.1 trembler was centered in Clarksville, Howard County. Shaking was felt as far away as Frederick, some 30 miles northwest of the epicenter, and in Annapolis, about 25 miles southeast. Most people reported weak to light shaking. So far, there are no reports of injury or damage. Well, parents, mark your calendars. Maryland's popular tax-free week is just around the corner. Beginning August 8th, residents will be able to buy items like shoes and clothes that cost $100 or less without paying the state's 6% sales tax. Shoppers will also be able to get the first $40 of a book bag tax-free. And Comptroller Peter Franchot wants to encourage Marylanders to support local businesses during this period. Maryland Tax-Free Week will last until August 14th. Coming up after the break, she's Bailey, a lovable creature looking for a new home. Stay with us for our Pet of the Week report.
1 in 365 African Americans battle sickle cell disease. I was one of them. Life back then was painful. I was in and out of the hospital and had frequent pain crises. A blood stem cell transplant is the only cure for sickle cell disease. I was fortunate to find a perfect match in my younger sister, but many patients do not have a compatible donor in their families, and Black patients have only a 23% chance of finding an unrelated donor. More Black donors are urgently needed to help save lives. It only takes a simple cheek swab to join the Be the Match registry. Learn more about becoming a donor and access free patient resources by visiting endsicklecell.org today. You or someone you know could be the cure for a patient battling sickle cell, like me.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Thanks for staying with us. Well, Kaiser Permanente is set to open a new facility in Prince George's County. The Bowie Fairwood Medical Center is set to open August 16th and will offer next-generation technology to more than 10,000 members. The outpatient facility located on Hillmead Road will provide primary care, behavioral health, allergy, and other services. The nonprofit health plan and hospital system has seen membership more than double over the last decade. The new facility will be one of 6 new Kaiser centers opening in the region over the next 18 months. Well, Hyattsville 2020 Police Officer of the Year earns another special honor. Private First Class Kay Hernandez has received the Maryland Chiefs of Police Association's annual Traffic Safety Award. She also received this year's Maryland Highway Safety Office DUI Law Enforcement Award. Hernandez was recently certified as a state drug recognition expert, the first Hyattsville officer to do so. And a special ceremony was held at Riverdale Baptist Church this afternoon. The Prince George's Police Department hosted a graduation for 23 new recruits of the department's training academy. 16 of them will serve with the Prince George's Police Department. The remaining 7 will join other agencies. The addition of new officers comes as crime spikes in the county. And now for your pet of the week. You see this beauty smiling and eating her treats. Her name is Bailey. This 13-year-old Patterdale mix is looking for her forever home. Megan Staub says she loves taking naps and playing with her toys.
She is still very much full of spunk and loves to go on walks. She loves getting her back end scratched. She kind of does a little dance for you, and she is very, very treat motivated.
And what kind of family would Bailey be good with?
She would be good with older kids, maybe not ones that are really super loud. As she is kind of an older girl, she would need kind of a calmer home. Just one that will love her and spoil her rotten.
And to adopt Bailey or any of her friends, you can call 301-780-7200. Meantime, there is still an adoption special for cats and kittens every Wednesday this month. Again, the number to call is 301-780-7200. Now let's get a quick check on our 3-day weather forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 63. Thursday, sunny with a high near 86. Friday, sunny with a high near 90, and Saturday, partly sunny with a chance of afternoon showers. The daytime temps will reach a high near 87. And now for your community calendar. The Chesapeake Crab, Wine, and Beer Festival returns to the National Harbor. The 11th annual festival features tons of summertime fun for the whole family. The event is Saturday, August 14th at National Harbor from 12 until 5 p.m. Get your tickets now. Seats are limited. For more information, visit dc.mdcrabfest.com. And that is your CTV News Update. I'm Patricia Malone. Have a great night.